It's going to be a fascinating group, this, with Sevilla, who have really struggled in the early season, and Lens also in Group B. This is Saka. Ødegaard, bit of room for him. Tries a strike, it's stopped, comes back to Saka. It's Arsenal's first Champions League goal for 2,388 days. But they've only had to wait 8 minutes to get it tonight. 8 minutes into his Champions League debut. Ødegaard involved, back out to Saka. It comes back infield to the Arsenal captain. And as it pops off Benitez, there is Bukayo Saka to celebrate yet another personal milestone. It's a great start for Arsenal. I wonder whether or not Walter Benitez... Bakayoko's delivery, right away. Jesus skipping past the challenge, he's got support to his right. He beat Belakoch up, now he's fed Saka. Saka running at Buscali. He's teed it up for Trossard. It's like they've never been away. Arsenal are back in the big time, and they're making a splash in the rain in North London. Scored the winner at Everton on Sunday afternoon, and he's put Arsenal in a really good position here. Good run by Jesus initially, which set the move up. Saka finding Trossard, and that's a terrific finish. Look at the way that he caresses this ball into the bottom corner of the net. No chance for Walter Benitez. And it's a great start to his first ever Champions League game as a gaffer. Enjoying himself tonight. Trossard in behind Jesus. It's got Havertz and Saka with him at the far post. Jesus, good touch. Terrific finish. Gabriel Jesus puts Arsenal 3-0 in front. And Trossard onside when that ball is played forward by Gabriel, running in behind Jesus. He just waited. He could see Jesus, no one tracking him. Brilliant touch to kill it dead. And a terrific finish. And you'd expect Arsenal to be home and host. It's a comprehensive first-half performance from Mikel Arteta's team. He shrugs off Tillman, Smith Rowe. Nelson. Ødegaard wanted it. It's a bit behind him. He gets it set. Then makes room for the shot. It's Ødegaard! The latest Arsenal goal is a cracker. Well, it may be London Fashion Week, but it's Arsenal that are going to be trending tonight. Smith Rowe involved, Nelson involved. They did well to keep the ball alive here under pressure. Smith Rowe could turn past Tillman. Nelson eventually getting the ball to Ødegaard. It was just a bit behind him. He worked the opportunity to get it onto that left foot. And he drove it home, off the greasy turf. No chance for the PSV goalkeeper. No chance of a PSV comeback now. They are on the verge of their heaviest.
That's a poor pass. Saka seizes on it. This is now Jesus for Arsenal, and that's 1-0. Lost learning that at this level you cannot afford to give it away like that. And they pay a heavy price. And Arsenal take the lead. And it's Gabriel Jesus, clinical and effective for the Gunners. Thomason. Well, Saka accepted the gift. And Gabriel Jesus. A scorer on match day 1 is now a scorer on match day 2.
Luca Bacchio whips it in. And Arsenal survive. It's cleared away by Gabriel, and now the chance to counter perhaps. Here's Gabriel Martinelli right at the end of the first half. Martinelli for Arsenal, who have the lead right on the stroke of half-time as the action went from one end of the field to the other. Scored the only goal of the match to beat Manchester City in the Premier League recently. Had plenty to do here. Great play by Gabriel Jesus in feeding it through, but still a lot to do. But he just took it around Neelan with ease and guided the ball home. Champions League, they need to start getting some points on the board pretty sharpish. They've got work to do in this match. Declan Rice picking out Gabriel Jesus. He's looked sharp tonight. And Jesus scores number 2. Right on cue. And Arsenal have that little bit of elbow room they were looking for. Champions League group match so far this season. Declan Rice with the little pass. Look where he is though when he receives the ball here, Jesus. Just cuts inside, and how about that for a finish? Super play from the Brazilian. Sevilla 0, Arsenal 2.
White. Right, a lovely ball for Saka, and this time it must be Trossard. Well, they've been knocking heavily on the door, and they've finally found a way through, taking the best part of half an hour. A little bit further up the field, there's a bit more space to play the ball into.
Yeah, I mean, it comes at the end of a really good passage of play, and what a pass this is inside the fullback from Jorginho. Really incisive. Kike Salas nowhere to be seen, and the first time pass keeping Trossard on side. That's more like it from Arsenal, and it totally changes the dynamic of this contest now.
Well, not overburdened with frustration. We pointed out the upping of the tempo, the quicker of the passing. Won the Champions League, Alan, we were there in 2015. Now here goes Saka. Second goal, is it on the cards here? Saka! It is! Just as if it was planned by Arsenal. Draw them on, catch them out of shape, and let Saka do the rest.
Yeah, the circumstances, once he cuts inside, Martinelli does ever so well to escape a clutch of players. That one's tight, but he's onside. You can see the cut of the grass. Always struggling after that, Sevilla. The big goal in the context of the night and in the context of the group as well.
Yeah, just as Rakitic was being ready perhaps to up the ante for Sevilla. It's a great story. Bukayo Saka got into the Arsenal team in all sorts of positions, played at fullback, midfield, and then suddenly they realised he had an eye for goal. He's still only 22.
Tomiyasu, urged to shoot, he ignores the calls of the crowd. That might come to Jesus. Havertz! Arsenal strike first, and it's Kai Havertz who puts them in front. With a bundling sort of finish. They will check this offside as Gabriel Jesus let there. Abdul Samed got his head on it from Jesus. who then knocked it into the path of Havertz, who got there ahead of Samba and reacted when 2 or 3 Lens defenders around him didn't, to bundle it over the line. They haven't actually won a European game away from home since 2006, Lens, but it's their first European campaign since 2008, so that's perhaps understandable. Saka's done well. Jesus, great feet, 2-0. Gabriel Jesus for Arsenal, who double their lead. It's beautifully finished by the Brazilian. Saka involved with a really good darting run infield. Again, some really quite poor Lens defending, not strong enough. 2-3 defenders there, all of them beaten by that lovely Gabriel Jesus dragged back onto his right boot. And the Brazilian tucks away his 5th goal of the season. And Arsenal have a 2-goal lead. Gabriel Jesus, his first goal. Collected by Havertz. Lens need to be careful here. Arsenal are really in the mood. Martinelli pushed out by Samba and in by Saka. Arsenal have 3. 3 goals in 10 minutes have blown Lens away. Of Bukayo Saka, whose momentum took him into the ball, and the deflection took the ball into the net. Ødegaard. Tomiyasu forward, it's turned into a great ball. He didn't mean it to be, but it's a wonderful ball that, as it's fallen for Martinelli. Turning inside Frankowski, 4-0. 4-0. Gabriel Martinelli. Arsenal have been ruthless in front of goal. Look at this from Tomiyasu. He didn't mean it. He's just trying to win a 50-50, really, but it turned into a brilliant ball for Martinelli, who's definitely onside. Martinelli cuts inside Frankowski once and twice and dispatches the shot into the far corner of the net, with Brice Samba unable to reach it. And Lens are being absolutely ripped apart here. 4 Arsenal goals in 14 minutes of playing time. Saka on the run. Medina trying to stay with him. Jesus forward. Great run from Tomiyasu. Jesus wants it in the middle. And it's 5 as it's rattled in by Ødegaard. Arsenal first half goals. Lens 0. Great run from Tomiyasu. That's what really opened Lens up. Super cross as well. A controlled, venomous Ødegaard volley. And it's 5-0. He has a very distinctive run-up, as I'm sure you know. Jorginho for Arsenal, facing Brice Samba. 6-0, 6 goal scorers for Arsenal. And Jorginho tucks away his first Arsenal goal.
Here's Nelson. Cedric back to Reiss Nelson. Finds Nketiah, who finds the corner. Gorgeous finish from Eddie Nketiah. First start in the Champions League. Really good build-up between Nelson and Cedric. And Nketiah took this so confidently through the legs of Andre Ramalho. In off the post. Benitez going the wrong way. Arsenal in front.